Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. So today I'm super excited because I am showing you how I make my Halloween wreaths. I actually make all kinds of seasonal wreaths, but I decided to do a Halloween one since now that we're getting into the season. I absolutely love making these. They are so cheap to make. I got everything from Dollar Tree. I will go through and tell you kind of everything that I used, but before we jump into it, welcome if you're new here. My name is Carlie. I post 3 times a week every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I make cleaning, organizing, lifestyle, motherhood videos. I also have a fall series here on my channel, and I love doing DIYs as well. Like I said, I got all of this stuff from Dollar Tree. You're going to want to start off by getting some mesh, and then I don't know what to call these things. They're just kind of these long tubes that are for like decorative things. You're gonna need some of those. You can pick any colors you want. I decided to go with like black, oranges, greens, and then purples. You will also need some ribbon. You will need pipe cleaners, scissors, wire cutters. I will show you later on in the video. I got these like florals from there that you're gonna need to cut, so you need wire cutters. And then what else did I use? I also used, like I said, ribbon, and then I got a sign from Dollar Tree and ended up cutting it into 2 pieces, and I used one of the pieces for the wreath. I will show you all of this during the video, but I just kind of wanted to let you know what you needed. So I started off by cutting up the mesh. This is like the longest process, just cutting everything to go ahead and make those bunches. So you're going to want to go ahead and cut up the mesh into rectangles, and then it kind of rolls up itself. And then this type of mesh is like thinner. The purple mesh is what I use as the base, so the color that you want to see around the entire wreath. So if you don't want like a purpley wreath, definitely go ahead and use like blacks or oranges. But now I'm cutting up this thinner mesh that you roll into like long ways ball, and then you're going to use that as well. And I'm just cutting all of these, like I said, into rectangles. I pretty much eyeball everything. I kind of just go off the base of how big the wreath is. There's different wreath sizes. I think Dollar Tree only sells the one size, but you can also like size up and things like that. I went ahead and went with the smaller size. So now I'm just cutting up the ribbon, and then I'm going to show you how I cut off the ends of the ribbon. You can just leave them flat like that, but I go ahead and I pinch the end together and then snip it to make like almost like a upside down W shape. I'll show you here in a second what I mean. So right here I'm showing you how to do this. You kind of pinch it in half and then cut it on like an upward angle. You're making almost like an upside down W. And if you don't get this concept, I will show you with the bigger ribbon how I do it. I basically just take it and I cut up on one side and then cut down on the other, just like a triangle without cutting obviously the bottom. But that works super well, and it's super easy to do, and it looks way nicer than just having your ribbon flat. I used 2 bigger types of ribbon, and then I used one of the thinner ones. So now I'm showing you how I make the little bunches, and I'm starting off by taking, like I said, that purple mesh that you're going to have on the base of the outer part of the wreath. And then I'm taking the thinner mesh, I'm using a green one, and then I'm taking, I figured out what it's called. It is called mesh tubing. That's what they call it at Dollar Tree. So that's what I'm taking next, and then you're going to want to go ahead and take that pipe cleaner, and I figured out how to do it an easier way. You basically just hold down the mesh and kind of pinch it in half, and then you take the pipe cleaner and put it over top and then pinch it and kind of like turn the 2 ends together, like twist them together so that it holds it in place. I'm not sure if that made sense, but I will show you a few more that I do. And then next you're just taking it, and there's 4 of the like edges on the wreath, and you're going to want to go ahead and take the pipe cleaner and twist it between the middle 2. So you want to go ahead and make all of your bunches different. You can make them all the same. That'll just make the wreath look like the same color all the way around. I do like to make mine different. But like I said, you go ahead and you take the purple mesh, and then you will take either, in my case, the black and orange one or the green one, and then you take a ribbon. You can pretty much put everything together. You can make the bunches bigger, you can make some smaller to give it like a different dimension, and then you just wrap that pipe cleaner around it, twist it so that the end of the pipe cleaner splits into two. That way you can wrap it around the wires on the wreath. So when you are layering everything on top of each other and you do decide to use that mesh tubing, and once it is wrapped in the pipe cleaner, you want to go ahead and take that mesh tubing and just tie it into, not a knot, but just pull it so that it does kind of tie itself over the pipe cleaner. That way it keeps everything in place, and it's super easy to go ahead and put it on the wreath without having to worry about any of it falling apart. So now that all of our bunches are made, I made about 25 of them this first round, and then you'll see towards the end of me putting on all the bunches, I needed a few more, so I ended up making another 5. So I made about 30 bunches, so just keep that in mind when you are making a wreath. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and put all of these on, and I like to go ahead and just put them in randomly. That way I'm not worrying about it going like orange, green, orange, green. I just kind of mix it up, and it makes the wreath look really cool in the end. It has like different dimensions, and your eyes aren't just drawn to like one specific spot. I don't know, I think it looks really nice when you do it that way, and it feels like it doesn't take as long when you do it that way as well. And I did want to apologize for the quality in the beginning of the video. I was filming in my living room. It was nighttime and the quality is just terrible. I film on my iPhone. I am saving up for a camera, so that's why the quality looked so bad. But let's go ahead and put all of these on, and then I will show you how I glue all the other pieces onto the wreath. So I wanted to show you when I was doing the rest of the bunches, I ran out of the pipe cleaners, and you can go ahead and use the mesh tubing. All you would do is the same exact thing, but instead of twisting it towards the bottom, you would go ahead and tie it into a knot, and then when you place it on the wreath between the two metal wires, again, you would just tie it into a knot to keep it in place. Now that all of my bunches are on the wreath, I'm going ahead and using these They almost look like, what's it called? Seaweed or like coral that goes into the ocean. I'm pretty sure that's what it's made to be, maybe, I don't know. But I'm using some of those, and I just trimmed them off of the stem, and then I went ahead and just stuck them into where I put the pipe cleaner onto the bundles. Like you can see, I can just slide it right in there and it keeps it in place. I thought these looked really cool and added a cute touch. I was thinking they had black ones. If you did like an all purple wreath and added some of those black ones, or vice versa, that would look really cool as well. Next, I found these florals again at Dollar Tree, and they're so cool. They're the black flower and they have the eyeball in the center, and I thought they were creepy and they would just add a really nice touch to this wreath. So instead of like sticking it through something, I just went ahead and cut off the end, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue it onto the wreath with some hot glue. Now I'm just taking that sign I was telling you about. It had a bottom to it, which was like an arrow that had like a cat on it. I decided to take that off, and I added this to the center of my wreath. Like I said, I just used the hot glue gun and glued it on there, pressed it, held it down for a little bit. I think adding signs to wreaths just make them look so much fuller and more decorative. I don't know, I just really like the look that they have. I've also done them for people where I use like the last initial to their last name and put it on, and just adds a really nice touch to it. Next, I'm taking the spider that I got from Dollar Tree and adding it onto the wreath as well. If you guys ever been to like Michael's or Joann Fabrics, you've seen these wreaths, and those sell for like, I think at Michael's I saw one that was not the same but similar to this concept, and it was going for like $60, and I made mine for under $20 at Dollar Tree. That's insane. Always, if you are a crafty person, definitely craft yourself because you save so much money. Even if you're not a crafter, this was so easy to do. Anyone can honestly do this. Next, I'm just going ahead and gluing these flowers onto the wreath, and then going around and kind of gluing down the edges of everything. So once you have everything glued down, that is going to be it for this DIY Halloween wreath. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And let me know down in the comments if you make your own wreaths. And if you decide to go out and make one, definitely tag me on Instagram at Carlie Hetrick. I would love to see what you make. Also, let me know down in the comments if you do make your own wreaths. I think it's so much fun to craft during the holiday season. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell notification is turned on. I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!